It's 4 p.m. and we're bringing you the developing news and the stories behind the headlines. This is Storycon. I'm Patrick Paez. Some stories we're watching this Friday, June 14. President Bongbong Marcos has appointed retired Judge Jaime Santiago as the new director of the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI. Santiago worked as a police officer at the Western Police District from 1979 to 2000. He is known as a sharpshooter from the SWAT team. Santiago was also a former RTC judge in Manila and Tagaytay and held leadership positions in judicial associations. 3 overseas Filipino workers died in a fire that gutted a dorm in Kuwait on Wednesday. 2 other Filipinos are in critical condition, while several others were injured. Kuwaiti police have arrested at least 3 people for suspected manslaughter. 50 people were killed in the blaze. And the Department of Foreign Affairs condemns the attack on a ship carrying Filipino crew members off the Red Sea on June 12. The DFA assures it will take all necessary measures to secure the safety and well-being of OFWs aboard MV Tutor. Houthi militants have claimed responsibility for the assault, which left the ship seriously damaged. Joining us today, Pamintuan, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, and Storycon's resident political pundit, Ronald Llamas.
Good afternoon.
Hi,
Patrick,
good afternoon.
Okay, Ami.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. But Friday pa lang, Ami, it seems like a slow day for the news today. Is it also a slow day for the Philippine Star? What do we have?
Well, apart from the stories you mentioned, tinanggal yung regional police director, I think, of the Davao region and 14 other police officers, overlapses daw. Doon sa pagsaserve ng warrant kay Pastor Kibuloy. I'm still waiting for the details dito kung ano exactly yung lapses na yon. But ang alam lang naman nating mga lapses well, either hindi nila nakuha si Pastor Kibuloy or they are responding to the complaints about the manner in which, overkill daw, di ba? Sabi ni former President Duterte, and even Sara Duterte spoke against it. Tapos nag-react na rin ang si First Lady dun sa pagkuha niya ng baso kay Cheese ng wine glass. Sabi niya matagal na niyang kilala si Cheese from when she was a lawyer, a law student in Ateneo, and he was a student in UP, at kung ano man daw yung nangyari, it's just between them. Ayan. Yan ang mga inaabangan natin.
Etong statement na to, Ami, hindi kami nakakuha niyan. So is this a statement that was exclusive to DZRH?
Kumalat yan
Yeah,
social media.
Nagkalat na siya. Hindi ko alam kung original or sabay-sabay na ni-release.
This is actually a graphics post uploaded by DZRH on the page. Itong statement ni First Lady Liza Marcos on the viral wine glass video. So it was an exchange between friends. Yung basically sinasabi niya. I'll just read part of the statement. When Cheese saw me, he said, "Wow, believe din ako sa'yo. May energy ka pa after standing and smiling for over an hour. I'm sure you could use a drink." At that point, I think she took the glass and took a sip. Gulp. I was about to say gulp. Okay, took a sip at saka returned the glass. But hindi ako nag-cover ng Malacanang. Alam mo, Ami, I think ikaw nag-cover ka, pero ang kwento ni Joey Francisco na veterano rin dyan na reporter sa Malacanang, talagang medyo mahaba daw tong assembly line to receive all the diplomats during Van de Honor.
Yes.
Diba?
Pero Van de Honor, very formal yan So,
yes, it's formal.
Sabihin, medyo off yung ganyang klaseng incident. Paano lahat ng mga ambassador nandyan no?
But hindi kasi natin narinig kung ano yung usapan but even then, ewan ko, baka close na close sila na pwede mong agawin yung alak nung kaibigan mo and drink from it and give it back to him. So nonchalantly siguro Sabi nga niya, sa amin na yan, it's between us na.
Right.
Siguro ganun sila ka-close.
Actually,
Kasi sabi ko nga kapag mga formal parties kasi, nag-cover ako ng matagal ng Malacanang Lahat ng waiter dyan, may daladalang tray to give you your kanya-kanyang glass siya because it's a toast. It's going to be a toast. Pagdating ni Presidente, magsasalita, magto-toast na yan. So merong umiikot dyan ng mga tao na nagbibigay ng baso sa bawat isa.
Baka napagkamalan
So
siya,
maybe they are really that
dahil
close.
sa barong, yung teorya ni Joey Francisco, baka napagkamalan dahil sa barong. Baka pareho tela.
Pero pansin mo kasi, nung kinuha niya yung baso, ininuman, tapos
Binalik.
hindi man lang nakatingin kung paano binalik.
Yes.
Parang ganun
Hindi nakatingin. Ayan. Tapos biglang talikod.
Yan.
Diba?
Saka parang wala namang
Hindi tipong
usapan, di ba?
salamat.
Were they talking to each other?
Saka
Hindi
hindi-
sila nag-uusap
Hindi nag-alaskahan.
Talagang we're
Are
really...
they talking to each other? They are not
it's a
talking to
mystery.
each other.
Oo. No, alam mo, Ronald, talagang this is probably one of the most deconstructed and overanalyzed story this last few days. But what is the is there any significance to this story other than the curiosity of...
Kung ako ay nasa Malacanang, ang i-advise ko, just weather the storm. Ano itong ganitong statement, ang daming lumalabas pa na possible angles Tapos sa dulo, it's between us. No, pag ganyan kasi, huwag ka na magpaliwanag. Just weather, lilipas din yan No,
Sabi nga nila, no?
Ang problema dyan, marami pang iaanak na storya yan.
Ayun. Pag sumagot, pag may paliwanag.
Kasi pag magpaliwanag ka, i-deconstruct naman yung paliwanag.
Meron pang hindi naman malamig, ang champagne. Ang daming ang daming possible angles. Weather mo na yung storm. Pabayaan mo lang magtanong yung mga tao.
Silence is golden.
Yeah.
Parang ganyan.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Ami?
Siguro kasi ang mga criticism directed sa kanya Kaya siya yung sumagot. Actually, yung Ketchis okay lang Ang medyo tinamaan si First Lady. Di ba? Tingnan niyo yung mga post puro critical sa kanya karamihan
We were discussing this with our producer, si John Enero, yesterday. Na of course we all saw this. This went around during the morning, as early as the morning, in our social media feeds, Pero nung nag-react si Senate President Jesus Cordero, from that point on, it's a legitimate story for mainstream media to carry and discuss.
Pero-
Otherwise, it could have stayed on social media.
Yes, but look at the statement. Kung diniconstruct mo yung nangyari, i-deconstruct mo rin yung statement.
Exactly.
So magpapatuloy yan.
Exactly. Kasi kung hindi, alam mo, Ami, kung hindi nag-react si Senate President Jesus Cordero, magdadalawang isip kami kung i-carry natin di ba? Parang ganun Itong story na ito. Ayun lang.
Tingin ko hindi tayo magdadalawang isip.
Di ba?
I have my doubts. RTM shot. Hindi naman nila sinadya yun.
Pero several angles May isang angle na mas malapit Di ba? Dalawang angle yung nakita ko
Baby, Pero doon ka rin bibilib sa mga sa mga keyboard operators. Ang bilis mag-download. Ang bilis pumutol at mag-download na I don't know what kind of operation yung ganyan sa social media, di ba? Talagang
Ang bilis ng mata.
Ang bilis ng mata. Ang bilis ng
it's a social-
ang taba ng utak. Ang
It's a
lilikot ng
social
utak.
media world ngayon
Right.
Lahat lalabas, lahat i-deconstruct, di ba? Kaya dapat maingat.
Well, public officials
Lalo
expected
ngayon, may mga AI na, Pati si Pope nagsalita sa AI, For the first time, the Pope addressed the
Yes.
group of 7
Yes.
economic powers dahil nasa Rome yung meeting At ang topic niya, AI. Sabi niya, he expressed concern about artificial intelligence.
Pero mukhang ito hindi naman deepfake
Hindi. Kaya mukhang lahat nagbe-verify Explanation nga lang. May explanation na kasama.
Ami, we meant to ask you about, kasi this is a story that was carried by the Philippine Star. We meant to ask you about the reaction of Senator Nancy Binay tungkol dun sa...
Yes.
Bakit naman doon parang nilabag tuloy, ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano yung issue nito na tungkol dun sa overpricing, the cost shooting up for that new Senate building when they could have talked.
Yes.
So what else do we know about this story?
But alam naman natin yung away ng mga Cayetano sa
Ayun.
Binay is over the embos, no?
Nasa Taguig to eh.
Matagal na
Nasa
yun, it's a
Taguig,
feud.
oh.
Talagang malaking nawala
Taguig ba
sa Makati and
Makati.
it's been, I think, naging
Taguig to,
family
border,
issue na
Makati.
siya. Oo.
Talaga sa
in
border
Taguig,
pa eh.
yes,
Kaya
the embos na ngayon nasa Taguig. In fact, yung asawa ni Abby Binay is representing part of one of the embos eh. Kaya in fact, meron ngang usap-usapan ngayon na dahil last term na ni Abby Binay, she might run for mayor of Taguig dahil nandun yung constituency nila eh. Yung mga embo nila, di ba? And magkakaroon din ngayon ng problema dahil baka maging Binay versus, well, not exactly Binay, but Campos, the husband of Abby Binay, na tatakbo as mayor of Makati naman.
Okay.
Kaya yan, merong ganyang mga merong ganyang mga mga
Permutations.
mga issues dyan sa sagutan na yan.
Ami, ang fearless forecast ko, magtatakbo sa Senate si Abby.
Nasa lineup siya ng Nationalist People's Coalition, I understand, di ba, Ronald?
Yeah.
Na
Yes.
in-announce ni Senator Tito Soto. That,
Mukhang naghahanda na siya ng machinery.
Ayun.
Turan.
So baka tama nga yung sinasabi ni Ami na yung mister ang pupunta ng Taguig. Right?
Yes.
Ami, kaya lumalabas yun.
Siguro pangasar lang yan. Dahil nga nag-aaway sila. Pangasar yun, tatakbo ko na lang dyan mayor.
So,
Siguro tingnan natin if she will, although meron yata silang residence doon hindi ba?
Yeah, pero
meron
meron
din
naman
silang
silang
residence doon
residency. Meron naman
So
silang
they don't
residency
need
at this time.
to transfer residence kung sakasakali.
Okay.
Pero for now, Ami, mukhang yung asawa ni Abby tatakbo ng mayor ng Makati.
Mayor, yun na nga.
Yeah,
Yun na nga. Kaya
Taguig
nga,
na.
mukhang tatakbo din si Nancy. So, magiging ganyan. Meron din ganyang...
Yeah.
Well, we
somebody
know
has
rin
to
na
give
within
way.
the family kasi merong
They
medyo
won't.
They won't.
competition. Sabihin na lang nating rivalry na lang siguro
Malalim.
doon sa pamilya mismo. Kaya yan, tinitingnan din natin yan.
Oh, okay.
At hindi lang si yung mga Cayetano ang sinasabihan ni Nancy Binay na sabi din niya si Coco yung mga nagkikriticize. Ano ba nakakuha yung 25 billion? So now we're waiting for explanations. Yang ganyan. Yung 25 billion additional for the new Senate building. Yan din ang sinabi niya. So naghihintay pa tayo ng mga detalye dyan today.
Yeah. Okay, you were saying, Ronald, that you see Abby Binay's husband running for the same position, and he might be up against Nancy Binay for Makati.
Hindi. Si Abby will be running for the Senate.
Right. Pero yung asawa niya,
will be running against Nancy.
Against
For now.
Mayor, yeah.
For now. No?
for now.
Yeah.
And you were saying walang bibigay
For now.
for now. Kasi
Malalim yung away eh.
for world peace, ang pwede mangyari dapat, yung isa sa kanila, doon na lang tumakbo sa Taguig.
Ang problema, walang fulcrum na nag-aayos. Hindi kaya nung tatay. Nakita mo naman yung away nung son at saka ni Abby sa harapan ng tatay, di ba? Very intense yan. At ang kakampi ni Nancy ay yung son, yung kapatid na lalaki.
Pero mas malalim yung away ng Cayetano and Binay, hindi ba? Kaya may posibilidad pa rin. Kasi hanggang ngayon, kapag tinatanong sila Abby, sinasabi nila, in so many words, they are still open to the possibility nga that she might run for mayor of Taguig. Kasi malalim din yung away ng pamilya.
Mukhang ang
Ng
lumalabas...
dalawang pamilya pala.
Yeah, mukhang lumalabas ngayon, Ami, susuportahan ni Abby yung lalaban sa mga Cayetano. So there will be a coalition of the willing against the Cayetano sa Taguig. At kahit hindi tumakbo si Abby, they will support that candidate.
Who is likely
Yes.
to contest Taguig?
Well, sabi nga ni Ami, pwedeng Binay, pwedeng Tinga, na sinusuportahan ni BBM, no? Tapos other
Yes.
disgruntled elements na dati kasama sa Cayetano camp, no? Kaya pwedeng may nabubuo na something sa Taguig, no? Na hindi lang yung mga dati lang kalaban ng Cayetano, no? So may mga bagong element.
Pero gano'ng kalaking voting population ng Makating lumipat sa Taguig for this election? Kasi
You made that math
substantial
before.
yun
It's substantial,
Yeah,
right?
very substantial yun eh.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Embos.
Pero malaki
That can
yun.
swing,
Malaki yun.
that can swing the election.
Because those embos carried.
Yeah.
Usually carried the elections for the Binays.
Yes, yes.
All these decades. They were all these decades.
Heavily populated dyan Yun yung heavily populated area na maraming mga mga depressed areas dyan, yan yung talagang yan yung mass base nila
Parang
Binay.
I did a story about
From
this
the time
before.
of the Vice
Parang ang magiging new voting population ng Taguig, half of them at least would have come from the
Binay.
Makati area.
Yes.
At the side.
Hindi naman half.
Or almost. But
Yeah,
it's more than a
siya.
fourth eh.
Well, but you're talking about a solid block.
Could be.
No, di ba?
Yes.
If you're talking about the Embos, that's a solid block.
Paano yung mga barangay captain dyan, yung mga ward leaders, no? Pupunta yan kung sino yung magbibigay sa kanila ng benepisyo. No?
Mas maganda
Yes.
rin rubber shoes na binibigay ng Makati kesa sa...
So,
Yes, and
Sa
in
Taguig,
fact,
di ba?
hanggang ngayon,
Yeah.
binibigyan sila ng benepisyo ng Makati. In fact, hanggang ngayon.
yeah.
Meron pa rin sila. Yung mga laging sinasabi, meron silang Makatis.
Makati
Ano yun yung sa
Makati
inyo,
Sen
Ed, Makati Citizen something
Makati Sen.
card na pag pinakita mo, ino-honor pa rin hanggang ngayon.
Pero kung hindi Binay ang tatakbo sa Taguig, medyo mabuhay ang base na yan. No? Pwede yung Mahati.
Yes.
Pwede Makati.
Pwedeng Mahati.
Oo.
Ibang usapin kasi kung Binay yung tatakbo. Pero kung
Right.
hindi Binay, pwedeng Mahati.
But so the family would have to consider that. Put that into consideration na
Part of-
sayang yung pinuhunan nila all these decades na balwarte nila ang Embos.
Part of the family.
Part of
Dahil hindi
the
naman
Yes.
buo yung family.
Right. Okay. Pero without the Embos, the Embo barangays, how does that affect naman the voting bailiwick, the votes of the Binays in Makati?
Well, mahati yan. Katulad nung last election. Medyo hati yan eh. Doon sa labanan ng parehong Binay. No, nahati yung kanilang base. At doon nakalamang si Abi. Kaya ang aking assumption, itong nalipat sa Taguig ay Abi base.
Abibation.
Oo, yeah.
Ano ang naiwan sa Makati?
Na
Binay pa rin.
hati pa rin sila. No? Hati pa rin sila. Pero itong mga
Yes.
Pembo, mas base ito ni Abi. Kaya siya naging mayor.
Based ng tatay, di ba? Starting from the father.
Yes, pero nahati nga yung base ng tatay sa mga alak eh. Di ba? Yun yung distinct nature ngayon ng Makati.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So, if the husband of Abi Binay decides to run for mayor, baka yung botante at baluarte ni Abi ang nasa kabila. Hindi niya maasahan niya na
Yes.
bumoto sa kanya. Okay, so
Yun
interesting
yung Embo
contest.
eh. Doon si Campos. Sa Embo siya. So kung si Nancy, malakas si Nancy sa Makati mismo. Yung natira sa Makati, siya ang malakas doon.
Right. So it's more logical for the husband of Abi to run in Taguig.
Yes.
Parang ganon.
Or support somebody.
Support somebody.
Paano nung na-meet ko si Abi nung Europe Day, ang sabi niya, wala akong interest. Pero siyempre, pag sinabi ng politiko na wala siyang interest, ibig sabihin meron.
Oo. Ganun lang, ano? Yun. Okay.
Balikan ko lang yun, yung Senate building, yung sinabi ni Nancy Binay. Yung 9.8 billion pala na original budget, sabi ni Binay, is only for the infrastructure itself. Hindi kasama interior.
Hindi, yung finishings.
Oo, hindi kasama interior. So, after that 9.8 billion budget, the following year, they budgeted another 10 billion for the interior.
That went up.
That went up to plus 4 pa.
Oo.
Pero mahalaga kasi dyan yung paper trail eh. Ano pa talaga yung mga kasunduan? No? Somebody has to, ano sabi niyo kanina? Deconstruct.
Deconstruct.
Yung papeles. Ano ba nakasulat dun sa fine details? Hindi natin alam eh. No?
Yan.
Kulang tayo dyan eh, layman.
Pero in other words, parang lumalabas nga na 20, at the very least 20 billion yung
Oh,
nila.
pero ang tanong,
At the very least,
nakapasok ba yan doon sa original deal na hanggang dito lang ito infrastructure, tapos all the others plus. No? Pero pwede, public document yan eh.
Yeah,
Pwede yan kunin ni Joby Francisco, no? Pwede niyang 'di ba, kahit sino pwedeng any layman na unlearned, no? Can
naman.
unlearned. Pwedeng kunin yan. Baka yun ang isang kailangan natin gawin.
Tsaka po, dagdag ko na. Kasi we're looking at 24 billion supposedly for the new Senate building. Hugutin ko lang yung discussion kahapon dun sa Pogos, kung magkano kinita ng gobyerno in the last 6 years of Pogo operations. Lumalabas ayon sa DOF, sa finance records, 53 billion in the last 6 years in taxes for BIR and PAGCOR.
Pero 6 years yun, ha?
6 years yan, 6 years. So, malaki ba na maliit?
Oh, yeah.
Pag itabi mo dun sa cost ng Senate building, Kalahati na yun.
Yes.
Hindi no, halos kalahati.
Yung Pogo earning, ang liit-liit niya na. Consider the earnings of the casinos.
Oo nga eh.
Lalong mas malaki. Nahihirapan silang mag-track. In fact, umami na sila. Ang hirap-hirap online yan eh.
Tsaka ang
Kung
problema-
yung online retail natin, nahirap-hirap i-tax sa yan pa.
Tama sabi ni Ami. Paano mo itatax ang Pogo na hindi mo alam kung ano yung earnings?
Before we
Yes,
go
online
deeper,
yun eh.
Ami, before we go deeper into the Pogo issue, wag mo na natin iwanan itong issue ng Senate building. At this point, let's bring in Philippine Star reporter Cecil Suerte Felipe. She is covering the Senate and maybe she has some more details for us regarding the Senate building. Cecil?
Yes. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Ami. Good afternoon, Sir Patrick, Sir Ronald, and Sir Ed.
Papabal mo talaga si Cecil.
Hi, Cecil.
Apo. Nandiyan ang boss ko, sir.
Sige na.
Okay. Ano bago balita dyan? Any updates on the Senate, the controversial new building?
Saka Cecil, makakakuha ka ba ng dokumento tungkol dyan sa Senate building na yan? No, dahil
Inanalo ko si Ami.
walang batayan eh. Walang batayan tayo eh. Ang kinuha natin, mga guesses eh. Di ba? Pero yung meron ba diyang pwedeng makuha na batayan? Ano ba talaga yung kasunduan?
Baka tanungin si Cecil kung nag-aral siya ng engineering. Mahirap, di ba? Kahit may dokumento.
Hindi, mas pan lang yan eh. Accounting eh. Mas accounting lang yan eh.
Sige, Cecil. Yeah. To Ronald's
sir.
question.
Apo. Yun, initially, meron tayong, wala pa kaming nakuhang hard copy nung papers about the Senate building, but may mga konting info na nakukuha kami. Sabi nyo, di ba, yung phase 1 ay 8.9 billion. Ito yung core and shell ng Senate building. It was approved during the time of Senator Panfilo Lacson. Tapos ito daw pong phase 2 ay 2.5 billion for the sit-out package, including yung mga furnishing and tiles, yun yung mga interior. Tapos yung may phase 3 na 10.33 billion, ito daw po yung wala pang klaro. Katext ko just now si Senator Lacson, tinatanong ko para saan yung 10.33 billion, sabi hindi din malinaw sa kanya. But kausap nila si Senator Binay, kasi nagkoconsult sila Senator Binay sa kanila sa kay Senator Soto, kay SB Soto. Sabi, papaliwanag nila next week, ready daw sila dun ipakita kung ano yung coverage nitong 10.33 billion na nasa phase 3 nung construction ng new Senate building. By the way, ma'am, sir, yung 8.9 billion at present daw po is 77% done. Tapos itong phase 2, yung parang interior, ay nasa 18%. So kaya sinabi ni Senate President Escudero na even sa 2025 o 2026, parang hindi pa ready na lumipat ang Senado sa Taguig.
Pero Cecil, medyo weird na hindi alam ni Senator Ping Lacson yung detalye ng third phase. In the first place, talaga ba yung inaprubahan dyan ay 3 phases? Parang hindi mo naman pwedeng aprubahan one phase lang eh. Dapat aprubahan mo yung buo, no? So,
Right.
ano pa talaga yung buo? O yung phase 2, phase 3 ay nabuo lang after the fact, no?
Yeah.
At panghuli ay anong kinalaman, anong role ni Senator Binay diyan? Dahil yung contractor niyan, yung Hillmark, yun din yung na-implicate doon sa
Building
green
na-
Parking building.
ng
Makati
green
City
parking
Hall.
building ng Binay din sa Makati. So medyo may mga ilang mga red flags, may mga ilang question mark, 'di ba? Na tungkol diyan. So anong role ni Senator Binay?
Opo. Bali yung role ni Senator Binay ay yung inassume niya na role ni Senate na iniwanan ni Senator Ping. Matatandaan po natin, the Senator Ping had yung kanyang second and last term noong 2022. Kaya nung nagpalit na at nanalo si Senator Subiri bilang Senate President, Senator Binay was appointed as the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Accounts. So siya na yung nag-monitor ng progress nitong building. Pero yun nga, tinanong ko kasi nalilito din ako sa manggagaling ano yung kailangan bayaran natin for the 10.33, and I asked Senator Ping, sabi niya, to quote him, yan ang hindi ko alam. He talked daw to Senator Binay and staff kahapon, sa office niya, and they said that they are preparing for the necessary information which they will be briefing the media by next week. So
Okay.
yun po yung iningintay pa rin natin.
So Cecil, lumalabas at least from
Pero
Senator Ping Lacson's interview, no, from your interview with him, it should have been done by phase 2 kasi itong phase 2, which is 2.5 billion only, ano na to, furnishings and interiors. So dapat wala ng phase 3, di ba? So ano tong phase 3?
Yun sir, hindi na lang na-elaborate by, I think baka ito yung kino-cover nung sinasabing bayad sa lupa. Wala, di ba dito sa nakalagay
weird yun.
natin doon sa phase 1 building lang at saka yung structure.
Okay.
Wala na mention yung lupa.
So nakapagpatayo sila ng building na walang
Hindi pa nabayad yung lupa.
na hindi mabayad yung lupa.
Medyo weird
Parang
yun.
ganon.
Yun yung sinasabi.
lalo naging
Nag-appreciate daw yung real estate. Kaya nagtataka ako
okay.
Paano nag-appreciate yung real estate kung nakagawa ka na dyan ng building, di ba?
Pwede palang ganon.
Ano ba yun?
Medyo weird
Pwede
yan.
palang ganon.
Bakit nauna
Buy the
yung
land
building
before you
sa
start
lupa?
building.
Oo nga.
We are
Ano,
not
tayo ka ng
learned on
building?
real estate.
Nagtayo ka ng building, tapos hindi mo pa nabibili yung lupa. Kung bawiin yung lupa,
Oo nga
kung hindi natuloy, anong gagawin mo sa
bakit
building?
naman-
Kung tumaas masyado yung lupa habang ginagawa ng building.
Medyo
Hindi ba
weird
dapat
yung
binili
ganong
mo na
klaseng
yung lupa
paliwanag.
bago yung building? Bago ginawa yung building,
Itong phase 3
Cecil.
nito, no, na pambayad sa lupa, this is 10 billion. 10 billion pesos.
Oo.
Medyo malaki.
Opo, ang sabi nung una, yung initial ay ang presyo ng lupa is 90,000 per square meter. Ngayon daw po ay 500,000 na, parang karahating milyon isang square meter. Kaya sabi ko, parang kahit isang tayuan pala, hindi ko mabibili yung lupa sa tagi ganun kamahal
Kalahating
po.
milyon.
Yes sir,
Isang-
500,000.
Hindi naman
Well,
English yan
I think ganun talaga presyohan doon sa
Hindi naman English yan, binili yan
Pero not really, kasi may mga informal settlers around the area.
Marami yan.
Marines yun eh.
Pero dinedemolish eh.
Kasi nga, 500,000 na per square meter.
Pero yun nga, Cecil, of course, we understand what you're saying. You're only reporting what
Yeah.
they told you naman. And that's clear naman. Yun lang kasi sa amin parang
Medyo weird.
napaka-misteryoso na umakit yung presyo ng lupa ngayon. Kaya
Ako na yung
ngayon
building.
tataas yung bayad sa lupa. Well, when you would think na unang binili yung
Oo
lupa.
nga.
Unang binayaran yung lupa, di ba?
You would think.
Saka isa lang linawin ko, Cecil, yung Hillmark
Yes, ma'am.
won the contract nung hindi pa nakaupo si Nancy Binay
Okay.
sa Senate Committee.
Yes ma'am.
Di ba?
Yes,
Panahon
po.
ba yan ni Ping Lacson? Kasi I understand, nagkaroon ng bidding for award, nagkaroon ng contest for the design of the complex. Tapos, syempre, ang implementer niyan DPWH, yung DPWH ang nag-award sa Hillmark. May kinalaman ba si Nancy Binay doon sa awarding na yon ng contract to the Hillmark? Kasi ginagawang issue yan sa kanya ngayon naman ng mga,
Yes po.
yung mga detractors niya.
Yes. Ma'am, kung babalikan po yung timeline, wala pang saying si Senator Binay doon sa dile. So, hindi siya pwedeng balikan na na-influensyahan niya yung kontrata. And at the same time, di ba si Senator Lacson, kilala naman natin na honest to goodness ito. Sinabi niya na missing ko, wala pang pinapasok na kontrata yung term ni Senator Binay para dito sa Senate building. So parang more on administrative pa lang yung nagagawa ni Senator Binay. So walang issue when it comes to money po.
Okay. Cecil, may sagot na ba si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, yung bagong chairman ng Accounts Committee, dun sa parang hinaing ni Senator Nancy Binay na bakit hindi daw kinausap na lang siya imbis na ilabas ito in public, itong issue nito ng overpricing ng ano? O not overpricing,
Opo.
but yung ballooning costs ng Senate building.
Yes, sir. Kami din po ay nagpapaschedule kay Senator Cayetano to get clarification on this matter. Kahapon po, instead na kausapin kami, nag-Facebook Live. So, hindi kami nakapagtanong. Nagsabi lang siya nang nagsabi na ito yung details dun sa kanyang audit. Sabi niya yung height ng Senate building dun sa parking area ay mababa. Madami daw pong variation na binago. Kaya dapat mag-investigate pa. And to clarify din, para hindi masyadong mapagdudahan ng ating mga senador, tama si Ma'am Ami, DPWH po yung nagpapatupad ng project. Kaya daw po nagkaroon kaya hindi nagbabayad ng hindi inaano ng Senado kasi ang dami nang binago dun sa model na na-approve. Kaya lalong nade-delay, di ba? As originally po, sabi ni Senator Lacson, dapat 2021 pa nakalipat na yung Senate sa Taguig. But because of COVID, na-delay and nagkaroon pa ng variation na tinututulan ni na Senator Binay, kaya lalong na-delay yung construction nitong new Senate building po.
Kaya Cecil, mahalaga kasi yung basic document para malaman. Paano, ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ay sinabi ni ganito,
Opo.
pero nasaan yung papeles?
Ano yung pinirmahan ni ganun?
At yung papeles, dapat yan public document eh. Hindi naman kinakailangan ng executive session dyan eh. No, di ba? Public document yan, lalo na ngayon na ini-scrutinize yung pag-increase na mismo yung original proponent, si Senator Ping Lacson, hindi, sabi niya, di ba, sabi mo, Cecil, hindi niya alam itong 10 point something billion, no? So, hindi yan petty cash. Kaya kinakailangan pag-usapan na maigi.
Well, 10 billion dun sa lupa. You mean to say na purubahan ito ni dating Senator Ping Lacson kasi sila yung project, nag-initiate ng project.
Pero
Hindi pa binibili yung lupa.
Pero ang sabi nga ni Ping Lacson, hindi niya alam eh.
Yeah.
Yung additional yung lupa.
Hindi niya alam na kailangan bilhin yung lupa?
Hindi, baka hindi niya.
Parang sabi ni Cecil, hindi alam ni Lacson kung para saan yung
Para saan?
Oo,
Para
exactly.
saan?
Yes, sir. Opo,
Na dapat
hindi
alam niya.
Para saan.
Di ba?
Baka parang nagsusurmise lang sila na baka itong additional cost would cover yung lupa.
Appreciation.
Pero hindi, tinanong, kasi nung nakita ko din po itong phase 1, phase 2, bakit mas malaki yung phase 3 na supposedly yung occupy na nila?
Bakit nahuli yung phase 3?
Diba?
Bakit nahuli yung phase 3?
Tinanong ko, sir, para saan ba itong phase 3? So sabi niya, so quote-unquote nga, yan ang hindi ko alam. Sabi po nila,
Parang
Senator
dapat ata
Binay,
phase 1 yun.
he'll be explaining it
Ronald, you're familiar
next
with
week.
government.
So, I
Dapat
hope
phase
to
1 yun, yung
update.
lupa. Dahil tatayuan mo ng
Opo,
malaking
opo.
building. Di ba?
Pero sir, initially, ang sinabi 1.6 billion lang yung lupa eh.
O kanya nga.
Kaya, saan ang galing itong 10.3?
Hindi pwede
Kaya
nag-appreciate yun dahil nabili na eh. Nabili na eh. No?
po yun. Yes, sir.
Siguro dapat tanungin din natin DPWH, ano? I'm sure alam nila kung may mga dagdag man dyan, kung may nag-appreciate sa mga parts na kailangan, yung mga security features, dapat alam nyo, yung main implementer, which is the DPWH, siguro dapat tanungin din nyo.
Alam mo, yan ang kailangan ng Senate hearing.
Bumubulong-bulong si Joby dito.
Tsaka Ami, ano ba yan? Malamang government land dyan na binili ng Senate. Di ba parang government to government yung
Fort
bilihan
Boni
dyan
yan
eh.
eh.
Parang
oh.
ang government
Kaya
land
ibig
eh.
sabihin, mas friendly yung price.
Boni yan eh.
Di ba? Mas friendly yung price, hindi 500,000
Yes.
per square meter.
Kasi
Diba?
parang
Oo.
bahagi siya
Yes.
dati ng
Yeah.
maring compound sa Fort
Oo.
Bonifacio eh.
Kasama yan sa
Base,
kwan,
yes.
sa government land.
Strictly
I'm
speaking,
almost
it's
sure,
outside the gates of Fort Bonifacio, but it could still be government land.
Yeah.
It could, that area could
Yes.
be or could not be. Pero marami kasi mga informal settlers around that area, di
Na
ba?
malamang friendly yung rates. Hindi naman sobrang market rates na 500,000 per
Hindi
square meter.
naman, alam ko kapitbahay nila Dasmariñas Village, ano? Pero siguro naman hindi ganun ang
Pero kung kung ibebenta ni Ed Lingao, yung kanyang property.
Ay, yun.
Ganun din.
Siguro. Ganun pa siguro.
Wala akong property para malino. Wala akong property. Baka mamaya,
Nagpaliwanag tuloy yan.
ako yung buting asawa lamang.
Okay, maraming salamat. Cecil Suerte Felipe ng Philippine Star.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Cecil.
Thank you, Cecil.
Good afternoon.
Yung papeles, Cecil, ha?
Inutusan mo pa si Cecil.
Nagtataka kasi ako after nitong medyo mahigit sa linggo na, wala pa rin yung term of reference. Diba dapat may...
Tapos
dapat,
biglang lumilito.
You know, Ronald, I wouldn't even go that far or that detail. Ang tanong ko lang talaga is, ganun
Yes.
talaga, hindi pa bayad yung lupa?
medyo
Ha?
medyo.
Yun siguro kailangan natin klaruhin pa. I find it parang a little bit odd na...
Kahit naman sino na magpapatayo ng bahay at building, uunahin yung lupa, di ba?
Tsaka if you start building
Terms of reference, dapat DPWH yan.
if you
Pag
start
terms of
building a Senate
reference, sila
building
yung
there, talagang tataas ang
nagpe-prepare.
presyo ng lupa.
Yeah, right. So buy the land first, right?
You need the expert case to prepare terms of reference.
Yeah.
Dapat tanungin natin yung DPWH. Hindi alam yan ng mga senador.
Kasi, di ba, kung tinayo mo muna yung building bago mo binili yung lupa, there could be some
Yes.
speculations involved there, di ba? Baka may
Pero
speculate
ang sabi kasi binili niya ng 1.6 billion. Hindi yung 1.6 down payment, no? O yun niya yung buong bayad. Pero
Hindi, kahit nag-down payment ka, ibig sabihin may kontrata ka na
oo
kung
nga,
magkano.
oo nga. Hindi,
kung
kaya
magkano
nga,
yung ano,
kaya
yung,
nga,
per
kaya nga
square
mahalaga, again, yung term of reference, yung papeles, no?
Right.
Or else, huhulaan lang natin.
Right. Well, I imagine that Senator Lacson, who has been very open about this, would have the answer. He would probably know na binili na namin yung lupa na yan.
Hindi nga daw niya alam yung 10 billion, di ba?
Oo. Like he wouldn't go to phase 1 or phase 2.
At dapat nga daw, tapos na yan ng 2021.
Isa pa yun. Oo, isa pa yun. Well, we can understand
Pero
bakit
na-delay siya
na-delay,
ng pandemic, ha?
Because of pandemic. But, yeah.
Yes, na-delay siya ng pandemic. Kaya kung sakali, may ang nag-appreciate dyan yung mga materyales.
Oo,
Pero yung lupa, medyo malabo yun.
Hindi yung lupa.
Dapat acquired na yun. As soon as nag-groundbreaking ka dyan, ikaw na dapat may-ari ng lupa nun.
Yeah, hindi yung lupa.
Oh, okay. Bok, move na tayo. At meron tayong report coming from Cebu. In Cebu City, our relations soaring between allies Mike Rama and Raymond Alvin Garcia. Let's ask One News Desk and the Freeman editor, Dale Israel. Dale, anong balita sa Cebu?
Yes, maayong hapon kaninyang tanan din ha, Patrick, Ed, Ronald, and Ami. Yan, there is something that is reflective of the current politics here in Cebu City. I would say that it would be how the celebrations of the Independence Day was made. Kasi for the first time, there are two major events on that day. The first one was the event led by acting Mayor Raymond Garcia, and the other one by suspended Mayor Michael Rama, which could be described also as a show of support for him. Garcia's event in the morning was purely focused on the Independence Day celebration, which included a civic military parade, wreath laying, and commemorative program. In attendance were some of the Cebu City councilors who are allies of the acting mayor. During the night, Rama also held his Team Baroque Independence Day Convergence, which was attended by his supporters, relatives, and some of his appointed officials and two councilors. When Rama was asked about the absence of other officials, including acting Mayor Raymond Garcia, Rama replied, "I wish nga aduna pa sila kagawasan," which means kagawasan, which in English is independence, or in Tagalog is kasarinlan. Because Rama believed that there is someone behind the case against him and who wanted him out of the office, and he would not say who it was. But he said there will be a proper time for that to be known in public, especially when the time comes that he is back in office. Rama was obviously irked at the policy decisions made by Garcia after his assumption as acting mayor. And Rama described it as nisimang, or a sudden change of direction. For example, Garcia met the MCWD Board of Directors, Cebu Port Authority officials, and of course, Governor Gwen Garcia, Raymond met days after he assumed as mayor of Cebu City. Back to you guys.
Di ba, Dale, nung nag-assume si Vice Mayor Garcia, ay nagsimula na talaga immediately yung dynamics. Di ba nakuha ni Alvin Garcia yung majority ng mga konsehal na loyal kay Mike Rama, at saka sinimulan nilang investigahan yung mga previous projects ni Mike Rama. Diba? Yun yung nangyari. Kaya itong nangyayari ngayon ay isang natural consequence na nung mga pangyayari na yon. Immediately pag-assume ni Alvin Garcia ng mayorship. At mukhang ang direction ni Alvin Garcia ay tumakbong mayor.
Yes, after Raymond assumed, there are a lot of cancellation of some activities. Rama prepared, especially like Independence Day, which the budget was slashed from 11 million to only 6 million. And this was prepared by Rama. The budget of the Palarong Pambansa, prepared during Rama's administration, was also slashed from 405 million to only 262 million. Some purchases were cancelled, including the purchase of 20 million worth of portalet rentals, and just improve. And Garcia just wanted to improve the existing comfort rooms of the schools. Rama was asked if Garcia was still his running mate. He answered, "If you're asking me now there will be a time for that."
Okay,
He doesn't
Dale.
answer anymore. It's no comment.
Yeah, Dale, I guess my question is, how close is Governor Gwen Garcia, who is feuding with Mayor Mike Rama, how close is the governor with Vice Mayor Alvin Garcia.
Favorite niece.
Yeah, Vice. well, days after assuming as mayor of Cebu City, Raymond Alvin Garcia was immediately at the Cebu Capitol, and pictures show that they are in embrace. They're embracing each other after that, after he became acting mayor.
So blood runs is thicker than politics in this case, no?
Saka kahit vice mayor siya ni Rama, very close pa rin talaga siya kay governor. Alam ko, isa sa mga paboritong niece siya ni di ba Dale?
Nephew.
No?
Yes, one of the favorite nephews of Governor Gwen Garcia.
Okay.
Parang nagulat ako
Dale,
dun
yung
sa
Independence Day event, Dale, kaninong event yung mas maraming participant?
We could not gauge yet as to which event has many supporters, because it's an official activity yung kay Raymond Garcia. It's the City Hall employees are supposed to be there. There was a civic military parade. But this one from Michael Rama were clearly his supporters and appointed officials. And some of the barangay captains aligned with Team Barog Rama.
Okay.
So marami pa rin. Marami nag-attend kay Mayor Rama.
Yes, the Plaza Sugbo, which where the Magellan Cross is full of his supporters.
Dale, medyo may tumulo na sa akin kanina numero. Parang sinabi kang 12 million ng portalet rentals. Isang buong taon yun.
Yeah, the portalet rentals are supposed to be part of the Palaro Pambansa expenses, which are 20 million. That was about 20 million worth of rentals.
Dapat binili na lang no?
And this was cancelled by...
But this is for one event, di ba? This is for one event. It's not for the whole year. Sorry, I'm just curious. I don't know how much portalets are rented out for, but
Yes.
I was just curious about it. Let's move on. I am not a portalet engineer. So.
Layman ka sa portalet.
Okay, maraming
Kumusta na yung dyan, Dale, yung political realignments? Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ba din pag-alis doon sa party ni former President Duterte? Nag-aalisan pa rin ba? Tuloy-tuloy, ubus na yung alis.
But what we know so far is that the mayor of Mandaue is out of PDP. The mayor of Lapu-Lapu City is also out of PDP, and of course Governor Gwen Garcia, who was the first to bolt out of PDP.
Okay. Dale Israel, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Dale.
Thank you, Dale.
Dagang salamat.
Okay, that was Dale Israel, One News Cebu News Desk, and also an editor of the Freeman. I want to tell yung mga nag-report sa ating mga reporter, no? Tito at tita na lang kasi 4 na pangalan, mahaba ng bagay. Nahihirapan tuloy sila, isa-isa eh. Diba?
Pero okay na sa akin yung...
Mga tito at tita.
Yung isang spokesperson ang tawag sa akin, Kuya.
Kuya. Sino yun? Di ko ata maalala yun.
Yata yun? Sa PAOK?
Si Gilbert...
Si Yusek.
Yusek. Gilbert Cruz pa yun? Yung nag-grade sa Porac.
Yeah. Dapat ma-promote yun.
Kuya Ronald. Si Gilbert Cruz nga pala, now my memory is fresh. He used to be the chief of police of Makati.
Familiar ang pangalan.
Yes.
May bago na tayong NBI director.
Yes, si Jimmy Santiago.
Yes.
The legendary.
Kinaberan ko yan sa Manila
sa SWAT.
Police.
Yes, siya. Si Jimmy Santiago.
Sharpshooter.
Blast from the past.
Na-cover ko
siya
siya
yung
noon. Matagal ko na siyang kilala sa Manila Police. SWAT.
Kasi kinover pa ni Ami at saka ni Ed nung nasa WPD sila.
Magaling talaga siya sa SWAT.
Patay
And
talaga,
it's
Ami.
amazing, no? Napunta siya sa naging prosecutor, naging judge. Napunta pa sa movies yung niya, yung buhay niya.
Right.
Naging
And
pelikula.
now, biro mo, NBI na siya. I asked him about it no Wednesday Sabi niya, ang magiging priority daw niya, cybercrime. Saka yung pagpabilis ng paglabas ng mga NBI clearance. Ayan, yan ang mga priority niya initially.
Ano to, Ami, no? Blast from the past and a legend of his time. I think our time when we were police
Yes.
reporters. Especially
magaling
because...
talaga siyang bumaril. Saka sa SWAT, he was one of the best.
At saka ano to, Ami,
Talagang
these were the
magaling siya.
days when Manila Police was still carried the title
Manila's
Manila's Finest. Right?
Yes,
Ito yung mga
Manila's
iba.
finest. Saka
A different
intelligence
family.
officer yan.
So ngayon, ano na?
Nag-umpisa siya intelligence officer, later SWAT.
Although even before kasi I was wondering, why is it Manila's Finest? Aren't they Manila's only police?
I think panahon ng Amerikano yun yung galing yung Manila's Finest
Yes.
sa tradition.
May ganun din sa US eh.
Yun.
May ganun din. Doon ang galing yun eh.
Saka dati Western Police District pa yan.
Pero
Western
Ami,
Police District yun, ng Manila's finest.
Ngayon, Manila Police District.
Ami, magiging priority din
Yes.
kaya ni bagong NBI Director si Kibuloy at si Bantag.
Pag inutusan siguro ni Justice Secretary kasi, syempre
Under DOJ.
medyo malayo-layo yan. Sinuspindi na nga ngayon ng police, kasi naging police operation, di ba? Kung court siya, nang mag-serve, kung mag-iimbestiga sila, ewan ko kung pwedeng maghanap ang NBI ng
NBI yung
mag-manhunt for
NBI yung
Kibuloy. I
unang
don't
pumunta eh.
think- No, that's PNP yun.
Hindi, yung pumunta dun sa kanya, yung resort, yung sa bundok. NBI yung pumunta ron una.
Sa taas.
Oh, sa
Pwede
taas.
silang mag-request, pwedeng mag-request. Pero normally, police yan eh. Kapag may warrant ka na, police na magsaserve niyan.
Ako natin, naging guest natin yung NBI na pumunta eh. Sabi niya, pinuntahan yung office at saka yung bahay.
Yes.
Bakit naman magtatago si Kibuloy sa office at sa bahay?
Hindi ka nagtatago.
Yun yung huli niyang tataguan.
Hindi nagtatago. He is not in hiding.
Oo nga eh.
Hindi kasi siya fugitive
Yes.
Okay.
Hindi, kung ano yung in-apply eh. Kung ano yung in-apply, doon pupunta yung kung sino man yung magsaserve.
Yeah.
Kapag inutos ni Crispin Remulla, NBI, pupunta NBI doon. So, pwede rin. Yan.
Okay. Huwag na tayo tumawa.
Tapos-
Baka mabalata na naman tayo, nakangiti na naman tayo eh.
Okay. Hey, goodbye naman tayo. No.
Hindi,
Naubos
mababa
ang
pa.
oras natin. Babay na sabi ni Jan.
Ewan ko kung paano mapapaiksi yung NBI clearance. Yun, maganda yun.
Oh, di ba? Oh. And there was a time it was already online.
Yes.
But anyway, sige. Let's move on.
Ang hirap-hirap ha, I tried kasi pag kukuha ka, Ronald, pag kukuha ka ng baril, di ba? You need an NBI clearance eh.
Yes.
PNP clearance, ang bilis-bilis. NBI, Diyos ko, napakahirap.
Alam mo saan mabilis, Ami? Sa head office. At least that's where I got mine. If you try any of the malls, kasi have satellite offices, dun mahaba ang waiting list. But surprisingly, yung main office ang wala masyadong waiting list. But anyway, that's another story. For now, thank you for joining the Storycon today. Ami Pamintuan, editor-in-chief of the Philippine Star, and Ronald Llamas, our resident political pundit. Happy weekend.
Yeah, happy weekend.
Join us again on Monday at 4 p.m. for the
weekend.
Storycon. I'm Ed Lingao.
I'm Patrick Paez. We are One News, all sides, all the time. This is the Story Conference Group or the Storycon Group.